You know, when you're talking about deep water fishing, ledge fishing is what you hear a lot about from tournament guys, where you're actually getting out. The fish usually move the very deepest in the early summer, June and July. And so what you're trying to do is get out there and figure out how to catch those fish. And how do you set up? Well, usually I'll have, say, 6 or 7 baits rigged up. I'm gonna have a football jig, I'm gonna have a Carolina rig, I'm gonna throw a deep diving crankbait or maybe a couple different ones. I want a flutter spoon, one that I can jerk up off the bottom and it'll flutter down slowly. Usually a Carolina rig is a total must. Coming up, that's a good one. Not quite as big as I thought. All of those baits can catch a ton of bass in the summer. And you know, when you're rigging those baits up, you've got to know how deep you're trying to get. Well, typically in Texas, you know, I'm talking about 15 to 25 feet is kind of the depth range I'm looking at. As far as lines go, I usually use fluorocarbon. I like Sunline fluorocarbon, usually Sniper, for deep water. And the reason is because fluorocarbon line, when you're trying to get in deep water, fluorocarbon line is a dense line. It's something that cuts through the water well. It gets the bait down in that strike zone. And so I'm almost always using fluorocarbon. The bait gets down there really, really fast. It's down there going along the bottom the whole time and can catch you one just about the whole cast. When you're fishing deep structure, have a lot of rods rigged. There's no reason to sit down and have to totally retie. You want the different classes of baits that I just mentioned rigged up, and then it's just get out there, look at your electronics. I'm gonna turn my electronics on. I'm gonna have it set up with all 4 screens, side view, down view, traditional sonar, and mapping, and then get out there and just hunt. And you can, if you find an area that's somewhat got either some fish where you can see them or the different structure, you just get out there and start fishing. It's really cool, you know, this Panoptix, what really is helping me the most with it is I can see that school of fish when I get in range of it. And you'll see there's one right there. There's one, I got one. I could see that, or I could see a good fish right before I hooked this one. I don't know if it was the same fish, but when I get close to that school, I can tell where they're at real easily. That's funny how lethargically those fish come in. They get up here, they go nuts. That water's hot. Panoptix right there. Deep water fishing, it's a way to catch a lot of fish.